episode 123.
123, I believe.
123. I can remember that one, at least for one week. Welcome to Shiftless, the show that is only about bicycles. And coming to you from the afternoon at Casa Verde, I have a whole new perspective of Casa Verde that I'm really digging at the moment. And we do have a guest with us, thankfully. Brad, could you introduce our guest today?
Man, been on the podcast before. Always a pleasure to talk to this guy, but Mr. Austin Whittington, or
John Austin Whittington.
John Austin Whittington, fresh off of completing another Herculean effort. Let's get right into that.
Yeah, let's jump right in.
So, Watchdog Triple Crown, explain it to the people that don't know.
The Epic Trails, that's International Mountain Bike Association. They have a list of trails that they consider epic. It's more of a distance, raw amount of trail rating rather than just fun factor.
Yeah.
So they're all long trails. These are three IMBA epic trails, one route circumventing the
Lake Watchtower.
Lake Watchtower, correct.
Yeah.
So the route out of town is 184 miles. If you start on the loop, it's 150-ish, I think.
Yeah. Where'd you guys start and finish from?
It's at a Wildcat Trailhead is what it's called.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is.
So it's and Northwoods Trail System.
Yeah.
They ran it in concert with a Good Run Mountain Bike Festival out of Hot Springs.
Okay.
The city of Hot Springs puts it on. So they had other races going on at the same time.
But y'all didn't have any traffic from that, did you?
No.
Yeah.
So all those races were on the Northwoods Trail System, nothing over on the Lovett, the big trails. Yeah, IMBA big trails were Lovett, Womble, and the Washita Trail, of course.
Trail. What a beating.
It's a beat down. It's tough. That's the backcountry trail for sure.
It's more of a hiking trail than
It's an old hiking trail. That's all it is. Yeah.
What town did it? Was it Hot Springs?
Hot Springs.
It started from Hot Springs?
Just outside Hot Springs.
Okay.
Yeah, years past they've run it out of downtown, but this year and last year they ran it in concert with the Mountain Bike Festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So there's only a handful of crazy people that go out there to do that. So it's nice to have other races going on with more people around, and they got food trucks and stuff at the start finish line, which is cool.
So that's why there was so many people on bikes around you at the start and finish.
Yes. Well, no, everybody in orange was racing.
Okay.
Which was how many people?
12 people.
12 people.
Yeah, not a lot. I think maybe 6 finished.
Did you run into Travis? What is Travis's last name? Out of Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Out
of Kerrville?
I can't remember his last name right now. Travis
Buckler, maybe?
Butler.
We chatted a little bit on the trail. So funny story about that. He got turned around in the dead of night on Womble. And
which is not hard to do.
No, it's very easy to get lost out there. The trail just disappears on you in places.
Yeah.
So he got turned around and started going the wrong way, and I passed him going behind him. And then I was going quicker than he was, so I just kept going.
Yeah.
So good job, keep moving. And then there was a lady set up mid-Womble.
But weren't you thinking, why am I passing somebody?
No, because he started early in the morning ITT style rather than group mass start style.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know there was options.
There's not supposed to be, but he decided he wanted to get going early.
Yeah.
And then he was still on tracker, so they just set him up as ITT. So there was a lady mid-Womble at the dead of night with a picnic table set up for support as a little trail angel. And I was there refilling and eating. Then he comes up and she's like, "Oh, you're going the wrong way," because she had been following the tracker, so she knew.
Oh, wow.
So he went out and back an extra 3 miles there in the middle of the night.
Not the worst thing. If it was 30 miles, you'd be like, shit.
She was part of the trail crew that does the cleaning, so she knew how to take those logging roads back to where he was.
Yeah.
So it made a quick back for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty brutal after being out there 12 hours and then realizing you've been riding the wrong way for 30 minutes.
I saw his Strava, and his ride time was like 24 hours, but he did clockwise. But his elapsed time was 34 hours. And then in his comments, he said that his only downtime was eating and refilling water and stuff.
Yeah,
it sounds like a lot of downtime.
You had to stop a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe he slept, and then I read the comments, and I was like, no, but I didn't make any sense of it. So I've done this before, but we did it clockwise. Right. My first question was, is there an FKT for clockwise and an FKT for counterclockwise?
No, you're able to choose the direction you want.
Yeah, but we should get there, but you set the FKT this year.
Right. The previous FKT was clockwise, and I think the way I did it is quicker.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I was wondering if there was a
counterclockwise.
They counterclockwise.
All right. What was the previous FKT?
23 hours, 11 minutes. I did 21:25, so about an hour and a half faster. Hour 45 or so.
Okay.
That's still Even anything sub 24 hours is just, you got to be on a mission.
On paper, it's 184 miles, but then you're out there. It's brutal.
Yeah. Watchdog Trail is brutal by itself.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a trail that disappears and you have to dismount your bike. You probably had to dismount 5, 6, 10 times on Watchdog Trail.
Probably more than that. Probably
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
20-ish.
Yeah. I was trying to be generous.
Yeah. Trees. The same lady that was out there, she was gracious and was out on a section a couple days earlier with a weed eater. Like, you clearly see where the one section that she worked on, which was great. But yeah, it just doesn't get a whole lot of traffic.
Yeah. And Love It. Love It is either hit or miss. It's generally in pretty good shape, but the Womble, I think, stays in pretty good shape.
Yeah, those guys out of the fishing village maintain it really well. It's like, compared to the other two, like, it was great. There's still down trees here and there, but like on 36 miles of trail or whatever it is, you're gonna have something.
Yeah. And then, did you guys ride the North Womble out of the fishing village, where you go like right across and then go up and do the part of the Watchdog Trail that connects to the Womble there?
Yeah. So we rode North Womble, the section that has a great view over the river there, the Rocky View, and up to the Watchdog Trail west. Yeah. Then hit that and then straight east over to the end of the Watchdog Trail.
That's awesome.
Or I did that opposite direction. Right?
But
So I rode down North Womble.
Yeah.
I think that North Womble section was probably my favorite because I was still had plenty of energy at the section and could ride everything.
Fair to say you were riding by yourself the whole time?
Yes, absolutely, the whole time. I will say at the end, the last section I rode, there was I had a carrot to chase some random guy on a road bike, which is fun to chase somebody at the end, give me a little extra boost of adrenaline.
Sure. What bike were you on?
Niner RKT 9. So it's the full suspension mountain bike. I de-stroked the shock, so I had a little extra travel. It's supposed to be 100 in the back, but it was about 110 maybe, and then I had a 130 fork on it.
What fork?
It's a RockShox Pike. Pike Ultimate. So it has the good damper with high speed and low speed compression adjustment.
And you had a bladder on your bike. And what's that bag made out of?
That bag was made out of Dyneema. It's a Dyneema material, super light. It's like the lightest material I could find.
It looked like Cuban fiber, and that's what I was thinking at first, but Dyneema makes more sense.
Yeah, it's super light. So the bag alone weighed 60 grams, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So that just held my bladder, my mini pump, and a bottle chain lube.
Yeah. How many liters did you have there?
2 liters. It was really less than 2 liters, like 1.8.
Yeah. And then you had
then 2 liters on the back.
Okay. And you had one bottle?
No bottles.
No bottles. That's right, because it's a full frame bag.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of room in that frame to begin with, because I got a little artistic with the swoops on it.
Yeah. So you had basically almost 4 liters of water. And did you know there was going to be an opportunity for water?
I have a filter, so I brought my filter in my saddlebag.
What filter?
I couldn't
Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer's one of the bladder ones that you just fill up and squeeze out.
Yeah, okay.
And then I have iodine tablets to go with that if needed. But I knew about the Love It. There's a bathroom at Love It that has a water fountain on it with filter, bottle filler. And then
that's right, like maybe 5 or 6 miles from Shangri-La.
That's in the middle of Shangri-La by the campground there.
Yeah.
So maybe 5 miles from the trailhead there.
There's one by Crystal Springs too, where the water literally
There's
just
also
comes
that
out of the
one,
side of the mountain. Yeah.
So I didn't need to use that one. That one at Shangri-La was the last fill up I needed.
Okay. All right. So you had your water covered. What about nutrition?
Nutrition, I had, I think, 7 or 8 Smuckers Uncrustables, and then a couple bags of
nerd clusters.
Nerd clusters, which are good. Super easy to eat. And then I think I did 200 grams of carbs in each fill up.
Okay.
So
you were carrying powder with you.
I had liquefied it to syrup so I could get a little better density out of it.
Okay.
So
it's easier to mix too.
Very easy. It's just syrup.
That makes
sense. So I got some soft flasks, and I got about 500 grams per soft flask.
All right. So
what are you using for your carbs?
It's just dextrose and Tang.
Oh, that's right.
Tang.
So
that's the stuff that the astronauts drink.
Astronauts,
yeah.
Let's start last year. You tried this, right? Was it last year or the year before?
No, last year.
Last year. And how many people started last year? It was less, right?
So I wasn't at the start because I saw the forecast. And I knew probability of finish was slim to none. So I just started at sunup and rode as far as I could till I got too wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was probably maybe more last year than this year, even with the forecast.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe 15 or so.
But y'all had perfect weather this year.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I hate to complain about anything but weather related, but it did get hot in the Watchdog Trail. There's just no breeze and you're in the woods.
It is still.
Yeah.
Very still.
Very still and humid in there. And it was 70 degrees, but it felt like 90 to me
Yeah.
going up those hills.
Yeah. And the trees are still green too. So it's a little bit more arid, or not arid, but humid in the trees. Did you have any mechanical issues, any tire issues, any?
No, nothing catastrophic. I probably had to stop 15 times to pull sticks out of my spokes and just running over sticks all day.
Yeah.
No flats, no chain brakes. No, my bars didn't even crash a couple times, but our bars never got twisted or anything.
Did it crash just because leaves over rocks and stuff?
Yeah, it's just stupid stuff. It's dark. You just have to focus so hard and just little things. One time I took a switchback a little too hard and I couldn't get my foot unclipped fast enough, so I just went over.
Yeah.
And the next time was coming down Lovett. Those big trees, when they fall, they pull the whole root system out and leave a big hole.
Yeah.
So I went around one of those real hard, and there was a rock right where I was going, so I had to try to fishtail, and that failed, and just went over the bars.
At least you didn't get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A little bruise on my thigh, no torn bibs or anything.
Yeah. So what tires did you run, just out of curiosity?
The Continental Trinitol, so it's their new version of the Cross King.
Cross King.
Yeah.
I don't know what my dogs were doing. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What size were they?
2.2. So they're the narrow version. There's a 2.4 version. The 2.2 is what I.
Wide job for 2.2.
That's just all I could get. The tires are hard to get right now.
Okay.
Surprisingly. They just have way too many SKUs. It's hard to pick exactly what you want.
It really is. I don't know what. I think it's Continental has created their own problem with all their tire stuff. And not only that, they've made it way more confusing to figure out which tire's which.
Yeah, the marketing is crazy.
Yeah. All their Dubnitol and Magnetol. And
they had a good lineup. It was the names told you what they did. Now they made it super confusing.
Yeah. Race King makes sense. Yeah. Cross King makes sense. What are we doing? Mountain King? They all make sense. And now I don't know. I'm sure somebody smarter than me made that decision. It goes without saying. So last year you took off, you said sun up. You started from Highway 27 Fishing Village last year, right?
No, last year I started from town also. I started from our Airbnb and just rode to Lovett Trail. I did love it.
Yeah.
Then did Womble up to the fishing village, and Stephanie caught me there.
Yeah. And then you took off from there thinking, and then you were just like, no,
yeah. So then I went into North Womble and I just got the chills bad. So I was like, it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I called it good. And good thing I did, because driving back, it was bad, the weather.
Yeah, it got gnarly. I remember that. Yeah. But you got a dog out of it.
Yep. Got a dog that year. We took her back to where we found her and had a nice little hike.
That's cool. That's very
nice.
Cool. Very
nice.
Cool.
So this FKT, is it just based on the event, or is that loop always available for people to attempt?
Always available. Yep.
Okay. So it's not necessarily event-based, it is route-based.
Yeah, I think it's the same way you do it, where you could have an ITT whenever you want and get an FKT.
Cool.
Yeah. And I did the race and got it.
So what was your goal? Your goal was to beat the FKT, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So never ridden an OT before. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to take 4 hours or 10 hours, because I saw the other guys who had the FKT and they were out there 7 or 8 hours on the OT.
It's tough.
But they were riding in the dark, so I'm sure they were walking most of it. Hitting it in the light made a big difference. I could ride a big chunk of it.
That is a big consideration, because I was talking to Shannon just today and I was like, I don't know if there's advantages to riding counterclockwise versus clockwise. You still have the same amount of elevation to make up and get back because it's new.
Yeah.
But I didn't think
you do the toughest part in the daylight.
Yeah,
when you're fresh.
Yeah, I didn't think about the timing aspect of hitting Watchdog Trail, because that, to me, that is the crux of the whole thing, the most difficult part, just because of lack of maintenance, and it's essentially a hiking trail.
Yeah. So another consideration that I had is counterclockwise. There's one big descent on OT. You guys would have hiked it. Is right after the Iron Forks Bridge. Like you get on the highway for a bit and start climbing. The way I did it, it's more like 3 ratchet. You climb. You get a little break in between 2 climbs. Yeah. Rather than having it one big climb. Yeah. And I got to go down one big descent there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So I think it's a little quicker that way. And then hitting in the daylight, I had to ride maybe an hour and a half in the dark.
Yeah.
Just getting to the Womble, that section from the highway to Womble.
Yeah.
And I just slowed down to snail's pace when Amazon went down on OT.
And that was just from a cautious perspective?
No, it's just as fast as I could go. Yeah. So it wasn't really my fitness or legs that didn't want to do it. I just can't see shit. It's hard to.
But you had plenty of light. You had a headlamp and a bar light, right?
Yeah.
And you had backup battery for those, or no?
No. So that's the thing. I had to run them on low, which is still plenty of light, but you could only. I usually 40 foot ahead, and with the headlights, I'm only looking 20 foot ahead. So I got to adjust the speed accordingly to that.
When I did see on your Strava, I didn't stalk your Strava a lot, but I did see that your max speed was 54 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
Is that a
there.
glitch?
Yeah, that's a glitch.
Okay, because I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, there was one fast descent on the start. It was a big road climb and big road descent, but it wasn't that fast.
Yeah.
Maybe 40.
Yeah. Because I was thinking the fastest I've ever been on a mountain bike is like probably 46, 48. And that was in Park City. Just
yeah, that max speed is not accurate.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like,
GPS problem.
Yeah, and then I looked at your speed chart and it just went. And I was like, maybe it was a city limit sign.
Yeah, sprinting.
So you said you went down a couple of times, but nothing major, little bruising, no bike damage, didn't twist your bars.
No bike damage. I think the crux is just hiking over the trees. I'd say probably 70 trees down. Which sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad for out there.
Yeah,
like it's relatively good.
And over that much distance,
yeah,
it's not
over
crazy
150
either.
miles.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them were clustered. When one tree's down, there's 4 of them down in the same spot.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them are bunny hoppable, and I was able to hop a lot of them. That's always good.
Yeah, except for you don't want to mess up and be on the side of the trail in the middle of the night with nobody coming for hours.
A majority of the people did it clockwise. I saw a bunch of people coming against me, which was nice.
Yeah. So you guys all had to wear orange vests. That's because it's hunting season.
Our hunting season started the day we started.
Oh, wow.
So, there were sections that it was like a war zone out there.
Yeah. So you're running a bell too? No. So just your orange vest and just riding?
I had my orange vest, orange helmet, and orange jersey.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Your hydration bladder was also hunter orange. That was your orange vest, essentially.
Yeah, okay. It shows that just for that. It was a great vest all around, but the orange was just the cherry on top for being perfect. I didn't have to wear a loose vest over everything.
Yeah, I was like that. It just was, like you said, the cherry on top. So overall equipment, you were super happy?
Yeah, no issues on equipment.
Nothing to change.
Nothing to change. I liked everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sure I could save grams somewhere, but don't need to.
Yeah. So you set off thinking, I'm going to beat the FKT, and it was 23 hours and 11 minutes. So you had a pace in mind that you had to keep, or did you have checkpoints? Like, I need to be at this point at this time, or how do you manage that?
Yeah, good question. So Strava made a feature on the routes app where you could put POIs and then put a label to it. So I calculated where I needed to be based on the previous FKT ride and his speed between each trail section.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, he did it the opposite way. So I was going fast when he was going slow and vice versa around the loop. So I could see my time gap grow between each segment. I think I had 8 or 10 POIs on there with the time and a pace I needed to be at those spots.
And you beat every one of them pretty much?
Yeah. Up until the Lovett, he was going super fast at the beginning of Lovett, and I was going like super slow. I was dead at that point.
You were coming in, no, you were leaving out of Shangri-La. Okay. So he would have been coming in. So that part, he definitely was going faster because it's all downhill.
No, we were close in Shangri-La, but it was really the section that climbs from the dam all the way up to that overlook with the Vista overlook there.
Yeah.
That section, he beat me probably by 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, but when you climb from the dam, like that's a tough climb for a mile and a half or something. But then I'm just thinking about coming at it from that direction, which you were going the opposite direction. But once you get up there on the top, you were there at night, weren't you?
Yeah, sun was coming up whenever I was starting to climb up to the Vista Trail, the part with the scenic overlook to the lake. Yeah. So sun was up there. Yeah. But that whole climb was dawn.
Yeah, that once you get up on top, there's you're just swoops.
Yeah,
it's
super
so fun.
That's where that tree hole was coming down that thing. So I was going quick.
I remember we did that when we did Triple Crown, and I was on a fully loaded bike and I was getting air there.
Oh,
yeah. It's like so much fun.
60 pounds.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, so I had 3 buddies from that bike packed it the 3 or 4 days before I went out there, and they stayed in an Airbnb with me. Yeah. Thursday night, and they told me everything they saw and what they thought. So it was
Mateo
nice.
And them?
Yeah, Mateo, Matt, and Jared. So they gave me some insight. That was nice to have a little extra confidence that they were able to ride some of that stuff on their bikes.
But they rode mostly gravel.
They rode a lot of trail. But they did skip the East OT and hit gravel. They rode half of Lovett and then gravel back to Womble. But I think they rode all of Womble.
Yeah. Freaking Earth is just falling like crazy.
Did you set any KOMs on any segments along the way?
I think I did. I got one on Watchtaw Trail, and that's about it.
That's a nice little accomplishment.
There's not a whole lot of people that's ridden it. So.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, Watchedog Trail is, I don't think a lot of people understand how brutal that trail is. And I didn't realize how long it is because it starts in Oklahoma and goes all the way up to
It
Talahina.
starts a good 20 miles in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think overall, I think 70 something miles or something.
No, it's 300 something
Oh.
miles.
Shit, I way undershot it, man.
Yeah.
I know it's forever.
Yeah,
And,
it's super long.
and all that stuff like Earthquake Ridge and all that, that's part of it. And
Yep.
and some of it is like barely walkable, much less rideable. But
So this loop was just segments of each trail.
No, all of Lovett, all of Womble, and just a segment of Washoe.
Okay,
Just
okay.
to circumvent the lake.
yeah.
Okay.
So just for some perspective, when we did it, now we were fully loaded. We did plan on camping every night. We did sleep in a couple of shelters though, the whatever they are, the wooden shelters. You passed a
Yeah,
couple of.
yeah, they're like big gazebos with
Yeah.
covered canopy and a tent place.
Yeah.
Like a wood deck.
We left out of Highway 27 Fishing Village. We did it clockwise and we had a half day on the first day and a half day on the last day. So basically that's one day. And then we took 3 days in between. So we did it in 4 days and still it felt like forever.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beat down.
Yeah, it is a beatdown. And not saying I would have been a lot faster if I wasn't on a loaded bike.
You would have been.
Would have been somewhat
Save
faster.
at least half the time going over trees.
Oh,
Throwing
yeah.
your bike over a tree is hard.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on the 80th tree.
Yeah. And then some of the stuff we had to climb, there was a couple of places where it was hard to even push your bike up. But just to think about you covering it in 21 and a half hours is insane. So you had to have a swift pace about you, obviously. But how do you go about eating Uncrustables while you're riding? Are you stopping and eating? Are you?
Yeah, it's easiest to stop
Yeah.
or hit it on the gravel sections.
Yeah.
Because it is hard to, those are three bites if I don't want to shove it all in my mouth. So
Yeah.
I got to hold it while I'm chewing. But
Yeah. And then you can't put in an effort while you're trying to swallow. Wow. So you have any interest in going back and doing it clockwise?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'd like to do it again. I think, I don't know if I'd like to do it again, but I would do it again
Yeah.
if the weather's nice again.
Yeah.
But I think I would do it the same direction.
Okay.
And ideally, I think the only way to go faster would be to get out there and cut some trees down. Like getting out there a week early. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of trail to cover by myself. I'd have to recruit some people with chainsaws.
Bring Jacob with you and Maggie
Yeah.
and dispatch them 2
Get
days
some
ahead of time.
e-bikes or something.
Yeah. E-bikes and chainsaws.
I think that could definitely go faster. And also knowing the trail. I probably ran off the trail 20 times and didn't realize it in the dark and then get
Yeah.
turned around and there's just nowhere to go. So I had to backtrack.
Did
That was
ever
probably
have
an
a point-
hour.
You ever have a point of panic?
No, never panic. I'd always see the line on my Garmin,
Yeah.
but it's just hard to find. And the trees are painted well. Like they'll spray paint a blue dot on
Blue
the tree
dot
or
or
something.
white dot. Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes you just lose them.
Yeah. So if you had trees removed, that is a very valid point because, like you said, even conservatively, even if you only had 50 trees you had to contend with,
Yeah, 20, 30 seconds a tree. It
Yeah.
adds up.
Yeah, it
25
adds up.
minutes up there.
yeah, it big time adds up. And you were able to stay on the trail, you could shave
No.
half off.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow. And did you get to a point where you were just overly fatigued and it was just like, just keep going, or were
Yeah.
you able to maintain your power?
Yeah, towards the end of the Lovett, I just let the FKT go. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go as hard as I can, or
Yeah.
as easy as I can to get up this hill.
Yeah.
As easy as I can to get down this hill.
Yeah.
And I just came to terms with letting it go and just finishing at
Yeah.
that point. But I got to the road and all was good. I had a ninth wind and powered home. And
Yeah.
had a roadie to
Ninth
chase.
And so I guess if you went back and did it again, you can set up your Garmin to where you can chase your previous effort, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have your own carrot to chase.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be. But I guess if you pass yourself in the first 4 hours, you're not really. I guess you can still see how far ahead you are of your previous effort. Can you?
I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, I know that I could see the little arrow behind me or in front of me, but I don't know if it gives you a time gap there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Speaking of Garmin's, I broke my Garmin last night.
Oh no. What
Yeah.
Garmin has? Oh, the big one. You
Yeah,
got the 1040.
1040S, yeah. I didn't break it, but like the screen's still intact, but it messed up the LCD screen underneath. So I
So you
spent
just dropped it?
No, I went over the bars on an uphill, like an uphill endo almost. It was a ledge up. We were riding backwards on North Shore. And so it was a ledge up, and I went to pick up the front end. And when I
Oh, yeah.
did, my rear tire hit either a root or a rock. So it slammed my front end down and all my momentum still going forward. So I did this thing, mashed my junk against my computer.
Your junk broke your computer.
Yeah. And I
It's all,
didn't fall.
there's all that mass.
Yeah. I
It's like a
didn't
baseball bat.
Yeah, tiny one that you get at the fair. But I didn't fall. I just smashed my junk, and then I put my feet down and grabbed my bars and just picked it up over and just kept going because I had got stuck behind some slow traffic and then got gapped, and so I was trying to chase, and I didn't even realize it till 7 or 8 miles later. And I looked down, and I was like, "What is Apollo 11 playing on my freaking Garmin?" I was trying to figure out what was going on, and my Garmin quit recording too, which sucked. But I spent some time on the phone with Garmin this morning trying to figure out, and turns out you can get it warranted for $180. So I guess it's better than buying a new one. But
Yeah, it's usually pretty good at the warranty. That's
yeah,
a crash replacement of 180, not really warranty, but
yeah.
I've had several Garments have issues and they just send me a new one.
Yeah. So I was happy to find out that I didn't have to buy a brand new.
Yeah, and that's an expensive one too.
Yeah. But it's been literally my favorite computer I've ever had. But I'm not worried about weight and stuff like that. But the solar aspect of it is tremendous to me.
So do you mount it out the front? You have an out the front mount on your bike, or is it out on the stem?
No. So right now, I just ordered another mount because it's one of the things I literally talked to Caleb about a couple of days ago. All I had was one of the little round pucks that has the rubberized deal on the bottom that you use the elastic bands, and it's going around my stem at the time. So even when I'm riding, you can hear it clacking. It's not stable. So I got the top cap mount that has an extender that you can angle.
Yeah,
That's what I ordered.
Is it a CAD one?
I think so. Yeah.
That's the one I use. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I did out the front for a while, and I just kept breaking them. Like every
Yeah.
time you crash, that's the first thing that hits the ground.
Yeah. I broke one on Earthquake Ridge, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
So on the stem's best. That cage one that you might not get a whole lot of angle adjust out of it since your Garmin's so big, but
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
it's good.
At least it'll keep it up a little bit. But yeah. So I guess I didn't break anything on my person. So $180 is way better than going to the
You got
hospital.
dropped.
I caught him. So I didn't know. I had this like gut wrenching feeling like Garmin's just gonna go, because I bought it March of last year,
1 year.
and I was like, man, I bet they're just gonna say, Duff, you're gonna have to buy a new one. But they were super nice, and they always are. I was just on the phone with them a couple of weeks ago because the little, I don't know what you call it, the charging port cover has a little rubberized piece that connects to it, and it goes into there, and it has this tiny little screw and these two like almost washers that keep it in place, but rubber piece are just broke, and they sent me a new one for no charge and everything. So I was like, that's pretty nice. So,
Good support.
yeah, they've always been really supportive. But anyways, I was telling Kevin before you showed up, the option was $180 and they send you a new one as soon as you send yours to them, and they have a chance to run it through the system and everything. Or you can pay a $180 deposit and they go ahead and send you one and send you a label, and then you just send yours in whenever. And mine's already been sent. So,
Nice.
and that was just from this morning. So that's pretty cool. And I haven't even mailed my other one yet, but it's packaged up, ready to go. I just haven't been by UPS store. Back to you. Sorry. I just had to talk about Garmin for a
Yeah, my
second.
Garmin worked well.
Yeah. And which one do you run? You run a 540?
540, yeah.
Yeah.
No solar. Stephanie has a solar.
They have a 540S?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
she gets a couple extra hours out of it. It wouldn't have helped in this thing though, because majority of the races that night.
Yeah.
I think it was like of my 21 hours, 14 of it was in the dark.
Yeah. Because you guys started at noon, right? Yeah.
That sun went down at about 5:30. The way I landed on the Watchtower Trail, I was on the north face of the mountain, so the sun went down 30 minutes earlier, 45 minutes earlier than if I would have been on the south.
Yeah. But I think that's brilliant that you were on the Watchtower Trail during the daytime. That is
Yeah.
total game
If I had
changer.
one more hour of sunlight, I could have gone through the whole thing. That would have saved another hour, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 minutes or an hour.
So I wonder how often they go through and clear trees. Obviously, it's completely different from trail to trail, and they all have their own stewards that do that stuff. But it's possible that you could have caught it 2 weeks later, and there would have been like way less trees. But I think that's brilliant to think, we should just go up there a week earlier and just clear some trees. But
Yeah.
but with all the high winds we've had,
There would still be trees down, but it'd
Yeah.
be less.
yeah. And then, like you said, course knowledge is pretty.
Yeah, there was one mistake I made. I probably cost me 15 minutes looking for the trail, and I wouldn't make that mistake again now
Yeah.
that I know.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like the trail connected to some double track, and I just kept taking the double track instead of hopping back on the trail. So I went down a hill and was looking for the trail, and there's no trail down there. So I turned around riding back a couple 100 foot up the hill before I
Yeah.
found the trail.
Yeah. Just burning unnecessary
Yeah.
matches.
In time.
Yeah. So,
Do you use them for your tracker?
A Garmin InReach Mini.
Yeah.
It's the original Mini.
yeah.
I had it set to 10-minute increments.
Did they have a group tracking page for everybody, or were they
Yeah.
following individual?
They
trackers?
use track leaders, and they prefer the spot trackers, but they accept the Garmin, and I already had the Garmin on.
Okay.
I know you weren't looking at track leaders, but every time I checked yours, it was grayed out. And I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, whenever it's opaque like that, it means it hasn't been updated in more than 30 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay.
So there's a delay between the Garmin server and the track leader server. So mine would send to Garmin, but then for some reason it would be lagged to track leaders, and eventually track leaders would get them all at one time.
I got you.
So when it was opaque like that, which means it hasn't gotten them yet.
I got you. Okay.
When did you get it in your head that you were going for this FKT?
I've been thinking about it all year. I wanted to do it last year, of course, and I knew that wasn't going to happen with the weather. So this year, I'd been in the back of my mind. Probably 6 weeks ago, I started really getting
You
my head
focused
around
on it at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, I really came to terms with just riding my bike for a long time for a day,
Yeah.
because that's a lot to wrap your head around.
What's a long time every day compared to what you were doing before?
No, I'm not necessarily training wise, but just having one long ride.
Okay.
On
Not
the
stopping.
calendar.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
As a goal.
Yeah, getting your head around stomaching 20 hours of riding at
Yeah.
one time. That's a big ask. If you just go up to some random person and tell them, well, you got to ride for 20 hours, that's a big ask.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Especially 20 hours at effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Average heart rate was about 140 for me.
Yeah. That's big for you.
For 20 hours. Yeah.
Three.
Yeah. He's on two for sure. Ride like that very often.
Yeah. So had you ridden, what did you say you got last year? You got Womble and last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Love it in Womble to the fishing village. Didn't make it.
Yeah. So you hadn't been on Watchdog Trail before?
Only the Watchdog Challenge section, not this section.
Yeah.
So that
So-
blow up mountain I'd ridden. So I knew what to expect if it was going to be similar to that, which
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it is.
It's a grind.
It is an absolute grind. So I guess you make it sound too easy. That's
It's
the
a
problem.
piece of cake. Anybody can do it.
Oh, anybody.
Mm.
I was flying through the Watchdog Trail. I was going a lot faster than I thought. I think I finished it in 4.5 or 5 hours. Like,
That is
I
moving.
moved through it.
That is moving. Because it's what, 25 miles of that?
Oh,
Ish?
no, it's 32, 33.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe more.
Yeah, that is a beast. An absolute beast.
If you were to go for the beat your own FKT, would you have a specific goal in mind, or would you just whatever I can do that day is what I did?
Yeah, I think
Sub 20 hours.
that would be a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard, but I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
Sub 20.
Especially like we were talking about, if you stayed on course and you literally made a concerted effort to clear some trees.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also the training aspect. I wasn't ready for that amount of climbing. I just lost all climbing power towards the end, which
Yeah.
is so strange. Like I was going as hard as I could, and it was like as easy as I could also.
Yeah.
But then once I got on the road and I was flat, motor was on too easy. No
Yeah.
problem. I felt great going
Yeah.
back on the road.
What's
I think
20,000 feet?
Yeah. Yeah, 20,000 foot is what it registered as. So I think
Not much of it's
practicing
easy.
at an elevation, which I did a little bit on the trainer, but I didn't do it enough.
Yeah.
So I've got like a kicker climb. I just kick it up into a high gradient and do my intervals up on that.
Yeah.
But I think doing 2 or 3 hour rides at that would have helped a lot at
Yeah.
that grade.
Being in that position. Yeah.
Yeah. So your muscle recruitment changes a lot between the elevation, just hip angle changes. So you activate your hamstrings a lot more on the climbing, and my
Yeah.
hamstrings were just shot.
Yeah. That makes
Kind of
sense.
steep.
That makes sense.
But then once I got on the road, I could feel my quads firing, and it was all good again.
Yeah. That's where you live, is on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm good at.
So were you effing with me, or were you being serious? You said your heart rate was low. You should have quit. Oh, okay.
I know you would have found another excuse if that weren't it, but
Oh,
I just think it's
fuck.
funny. I just think that's a strange
Oh,
excuse to have. That's like the opposite.
So we can count on you going for the rat next year. Is that what I'm hearing?
That wasn't an excuse.
It's definitely an excuse.
Yeah. So if on day 2, my average heart rate was 116, and it was hot, and we climbed, and I rode 70 miles, and my average heart rate was 116. That's crazy.
Sounds great. Sounds like fitness.
But I had no power. I had zero power.
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense then, right?
I felt like I was running in the sand. I just couldn't get my heart rate up.
Yeah, so the way I think of it is your muscle recruitment as a continuum. You go hard, you
Mhm.
recruit more muscles. The harder you go, the more
Mhm.
muscle fibers you recruit. If you're not recruiting very many muscle fibers, why would you expect your heart rate to be high? You're not demanding very much blood or oxygen.
So you're saying
So I'm saying you had no power. You should expect a low heart rate, right?
yeah, but it felt like I was running in sand the whole day.
So your RPE was 10 out of 10, but your number said 2 out of 10. Is that what you're saying? There's just a misalignment there between how you feel, your perceived exertion.
Yeah, like it felt like I was working way too hard to be doing what I was doing.
Mhm.
That's what I don't know how to articulate it well enough. But even if I would get out of the saddle and try to put down some effort or something, my heart rate just wouldn't go up. And I felt like I was just burning matches to not even accomplish anything.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, that's normal. That's normal. You just do hard ride, and the next day your heart rate's low.
Yeah.
But your first day was hard.
Yeah.
I looked at that. I was like, oh, you went too hard.
Yeah. But I didn't feel like I went too hard.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. You were stoked to be out there. Like
I was.
You're just
I really was.
jazzed up.
But then we took a break. Like I was supposed to ride to stay on schedule. We were supposed to ride 123 miles the second day. We cut it at 70. In bed super early, like even by your standards. Fed, hydrated, in bed, lights out, 8:30. Asleep by 9, no problem. Awake, moving at 7 a.m. the next morning. And it was the same thing all over again.
Yeah, I could see how you might think you took it easy because you did less than you planned, but that's the second longest ride you've done of the year, or fourth or fifth or sixth, 70 miles. How often do you ride 70 miles?
Plenty of times.
Yeah, give me a number, 10 times?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you're still doing a big load,
Yeah.
70 miles. You're still not recovering at 70 miles. You're still putting a load on your body.
Yeah. So I do want to know more. I want more information from you about this, but we didn't come here to talk about me. But I have so many thoughts that I've had since I've had time to go back and think about it. And I really want to pick your brain about it because I would like to be in a better position to do that again next year and do much better. Anything would be an improvement almost.
Yeah, like me. I didn't know what to expect. Just planning on finishing if the weather's nice.
Yeah.
Compared to last year.
I was planning on finishing rat as well.
Yeah.
But there was also the aspect of Caleb and I had made a pact to stay together, and I started feeling guilty because he was.
Yeah, understandable. You don't want to hold him back.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight, it didn't matter.
What do you mean?
From Caleb's point of view, he didn't finish anyways.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have been holding him back, but there's no way you could have known that.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know. If he would have had a fucking valve stem, he would have finished.
You would have finished if you would have waited because you would have had a valve stem. Or if you would have.
I didn't have a valve stem, but I wouldn't have let him mess up his bike
Yeah.
before he got.
Exactly.
I would have kept him out
Both
of
of you would have
trouble.
finished
Yeah.
if you would have manned up.
So I should have just turned my heart rate monitor off.
Don't even look at it. Ride by feel. Slow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Yeah, a good thought process. But the other thing I was going to ask you about while I have you here, and I promise we'll get off of me, but I have started thinking maybe I concentrated way too much on just zone 2 riding, and I should have had bigger intensity days, maybe not a month out, maybe not within that last month, but leading up to that, I should have had like more polarized training and stuff instead of just going out and riding long rides and trying to stay in zone 2 and zone 3 and stuff. I should have had more.
For sure. There's definitely optimization to be had there. Easy
Yeah.
gains of just time wise.
Yeah.
You get from riding hard.
Intervals and stuff like that.
Race specificity is important. Like how much time did you ride hard? I guess you didn't really get the chance to because it was just one day. But were you guys going hard up the hills and stuff?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So there's little optimizations you could have, but it would have helped much. You wouldn't have got much further. It would have been the same thing.
But the thing that in retrospect that really messed me up is I think it was like a month out. I did my 300-mile route and I felt,
Yeah, it's fine.
I fucking got this. And maybe that was part of it as I was a little overconfident.
Yeah. You never respect the rat.
Yeah.
You got to respect the
I
rat.
had to respect it.
Well, I'm still saying that losing 10 pounds the 2 weeks before.
Oh, you're running a big deficit going into it?
I don't know. Maybe.
If you lost 10 pounds, you were.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a big deficit. How many weeks did that take to lose 10 pounds?
Probably 4 weeks.
Oh, was it 4?
Yeah.
I thought you
Jeez,
said
2
2.
pounds a week.
I was just slowly
Yeah, that'll
lighting
do
it up. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe part of it. Speaking of FKTs, did you see, and speaking of Race Across Texas, did you see Justin Carey?
I started watching it or listening to it. I was on YouTube in the
Yeah.
first section. I have only watched the first part, but once I get back on the bike, I'll pop it in.
Okay. Can I ruin it? Can I get
Yeah, go ahead.
spoiler alert? So 96 hours and 21 minutes.
Oh, I already knew about this
Okay.
time. Yeah.
That's
I was refreshing the dot every few hours when he was going.
just absolute craziness.
Yeah.
Like
Nonstop.
his plan A was to not sleep. Like that was plan A. Didn't study the route. Didn't know where any of the stops were or anything other than the places that he had mailed powder to so he could,
Yeah, I love that part.
you know,
So is your FKT, you can do it either way, or is it just east to west? Because I would think that west to east would be faster being downhill.
most people think that. Kevin and I have this ongoing debate about this, but listen to his argument because I'm beginning to put way more merit into it.
He knows the most about it.
So far, I think we've only had one person complete west to east of those who have tried it. And I think you may have heard me say this in the past, weather is always a factor, right? So here's the deal when, particularly in October, prevailing winds are going to be from the east, southeast. So you'll have the wind at your back going east to west to begin with. Does that counteract all the uphill versus the downhill?
Maybe.
Not necessarily, but probably.
Yeah.
And the other factor is when you're going, even though the prevailing winds are east, southeast, the weather still comes in from the west or the northwest typically. So when you're going east to west, you punch through the weather as opposed to it just soaking everything in front of you the whole way as well. So there's a couple of factors there. And the downhill, it's
Kind of negligible.
there's no steady gradient to it.
Yeah,
It is
every 10
Texas.
miles.
It is Texas still.
Think about this. You rode 180 miles, you had 20,000 feet of elevation. Rat's 1,000 miles, and it has 25,000 feet of elevation.
25 to 30, depending on which one you look at. Yeah.
So there's a considerable lack of elevation. The majority of the elevation is in the last 200, 300 miles.
And of the 1,000 miles, maybe 50 of it is that have any significant elevation that you can really look at either direction.
Yeah. Is that something you'd be interested in?
The problem is the time commitment to that.
3 days. That's all you need.
3 days.
Think about this guy averaged 250 miles a day.
Yeah, he's better than me.
But at that. But if you applied yourself, you could do it.
It's a big time commitment.
3 days.
Yeah,
You're talking about training.
No, training is fine.
Yeah.
But then there's a day drive up there, half a day drive back.
Yeah.
Maybe a day drive if I have to sleep after.
Yeah.
It's a whole week thing.
Yeah. We've talked about this numerous times, and I think it always sounds shitty when I say it, and I don't mean it to be, but if there were more people like you going out and trying Race Across Texas, or people that had just big, huge guns to fire, that the FKT would have been broken years ago, and it would continue to get broken every year. But the thing is, I think maybe it is a time commitment thing for people that.
Oh yeah, look at the age demographic of your guys' retirees.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what they used to say about Tour Divide too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people doing Tour Divide now.
Yeah, and that continues to astound me too, because talk about the inverse elevation on that's
man.
like 250,000. Yeah, it's crazy. I think though that Justin Carey wants to go back and break his own FKT, and he thinks that there's time to be made up just for himself. And think about this: he rode it on flat pedals.
Yeah, but he's fast on farms.
He is
You
playing.
just made Justin's day there. I guarantee it.
But this guy fueled off of powder alone. Now he uses maltodextrin versus you're using dextrose, right? So dextrose is simple carbohydrate, right?
Yep.
And then
Malto is
maltodextrin is complex carbohydrate. So why do you choose dextrose instead of maltodextrin, and why wouldn't you use malto? That's true, which does have complex carbohydrates in it and simple carbohydrates and protein.
Yeah, I've tried malto before, and it just made my stomach turn. I'd never trained my gut to use it, but after the first time, I was like,
Yeah,
why train it if
that's fair.
Is working for me?
The only reason I ask is for something like Triple Crown, where you're going deep into the tank. I think you want more.
Yeah, you definitely want more carbs because those hills, it's not like riding at 150 watts.
Yeah.
200 watts or whatever Justin did for 96 hours. It's
300.
300 to 400 watts, whatever it is.
And then he said he doesn't have a power meter. He goes, I was doing 300 watts for an hour
But he
trying to
doesn't have
catch
a power
you.
meter?
And I was like, so how did you? Oh, I just go by feel. So you know what 300 watts feels like? Have you ever trained with power? No. Then what do you, I don't know what power.
That's funny. But my point was, you got to go hard up the hills. You can't just slow burn it. For 4 days. Those hills are all or nothing.
Yeah.
Or we're walking.
Yeah. So it still blows me away. But I think that if you had the desire and the time, I think that you could go out there and
It would just be fascinating to see the comparison between
it really would.
the Austin approach and the Justin approach.
It really would.
Really cool.
Because I don't know if you got into his fueling and stuff, but all he did, he fueled off of powder alone.
And corn nuts.
He said he had 2 packages of corn nuts the whole 96 hours. And so he's carrying 4.5 liters. And here's what's weird too, is he mixes, I think he had 4 bottles on his bike, something like that.
4 or 5.
And he mixes 1,200 to 1,600 calories worth of mix in one bottle.
And they're the small bottles.
Yeah, in multiple bottles, and then just straight water on his back. So he's taking little bitty sips and then water. So I don't know how you fuel efficiently and like regiment if you're just taking little sip, taking water. You don't have a timer set. You don't know how many calories you're taking in.
You can feel your blood sugar drop.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what he was doing. He knows now.
Yeah.
Where he needs it.
Yeah.
And that's all he's doing is maintaining his blood sugar level.
Yeah. I can't imagine fueling for 4 days off of just powder and water. He said he didn't have a gut fallout or anything, but I'm like, I can't imagine readjusting the solid.
He's
food
like unconventional.
Well, he probably didn't have to shit at all either.
Probably not. That's true.
That never came up in the conversation. We need Austin to be at all of these.
Wow. Yeah, I just couldn't believe.
I bet he had to pee a lot though.
Oh yeah.
Especially when the temperature dropped.
Yeah.
Was he out there when it got cold, or was that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He, in fact, was it the first night or the second night that he said, oh, it was the second night. So he rode through the first night. He said it was about mile 400, 450, somewhere in that range where he goes, and I'm going to have to lay down. And he woke up because he was freezing.
Oh yeah.
And he asked Kevin, he goes, hey, you can't freeze to death because you'll wake up because you're too cold. And I'm like, that's exactly how people die.
Yeah.
That's exactly how hypothermia works. You fall asleep because you're so cold. So yeah, he carried virtually no clothes. He had bibs, a jersey, arm warmers, and a very light, I don't even know if it was a rain jacket, but a very light jacket.
A light jacket.
And that was it. And I think they had nights there's in the 40s.
Nights in the 40s.
Yeah. So his third night, I guess it was, he decided, I'm not going to sleep. I'm just going to keep moving so I can stay warm.
Yeah.
And he said he was doing like 6 and 7 miles an hour just to keep. Yeah. And then after we talked to him, he's, I think I would bring a light bivvy, a little bit more clothes, and I would make it an effort to sleep, like even if it's 2 or 3 hours a night. He said, I think I'd be faster if I actually got some sleep.
Yeah, that was one thing. It never really got cold enough to. I brought a light wind jacket and another pair of gloves, and I put I have a pair of Giro thin wool gloves. I don't know if you've seen those.
Like liners?
No, they're mountain bike gloves. They're like liners, but they're bigger.
Yeah.
You know, that wool, but there's room for your fingers to move around.
Yeah.
But they're not insulated at all. It's just wool, kind of like a wool sock.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you want on a mountain bike, especially when you're on technical trails. If your hands start getting cold,
You can't use your brakes or your shifter or anything.
Yeah, and then everything hurts.
I brought those and I put those on at night. I never had to put my jacket on. It got to about 45, but in the trail it feels warmer than that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
chilly.
So you did this in 21-ish hours?
Yeah, 21 and a half hours.
All right. So what's your longest stretch on the bike without sleep?
That's it.
This one was it?
Yeah. So they started at noon. I woke up at 6 a.m. like normal. So.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
That was my very next
So
question.
I tried to take a nap after I ate breakfast. It didn't happen. So then I didn't go to sleep till I took like an hour nap after the race. I hung around and drank beer with the promoter
Yeah.
while we watched the other.
That beer in your hand, what was that?
That was I don't know. It was a big beer though.
Yeah.
It
I was like, how big is this beer? Because it
was
was
giant.
really big.
Yeah, I'm not a tiny guy. That's a big beer.
I was like, how big is this
And I
beer?
finished that whole thing quick.
So you woke up at 6 and you had ramen?
No, we went because my buddies were there with me
Yeah.
at the Airbnb. We went to a pancake shop and ate pancakes.
Yeah. And then did you eat again before you started?
And I ate some pizza before because we ate pizza the night before and I had leftovers. So I
Okay.
ate as much as I could.
Grateful Head?
No, it was DeLuca's.
DeLucas.
Super good.
Yeah.
I like it more than Great Boy. Great Boy's good though.
Yeah. So you had breakfast, then you had lunch, and so you're pretty stacked on calories. I know you got good sleep the night before. You've got a rock solid game plan no matter what you ride.
No,
anyway.
I was feeling magic in the morning. I felt great right when I started.
I was thinking about that, thinking about a 12 o'clock start time. Like, how bad is this going to mess Austin up?
Exactly. I never ride at noon.
Yeah.
But I felt great.
Yeah.
Like I said, ride by feel and not by heart rate.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was doing that. I ride by feel, but then I look down at my heart rate's 140, and like I'm feeling like it's 120. Yeah, that's how I know it's a good day.
Yes.
When I'm putting down power that feels like 120 heart rate, but my heart rate's 140.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which sounds counterintuitive, but that's just how it is for me.
Yeah. So if you were going to do it again, or when you do it again, you still think you'll do the mass start, or are you going to individual time trial it and start earlier in the day?
Yeah,
I feel like that benefits you.
Starting earlier would be faster. That way I get through the OT and the daylight.
more of the watch call in the daylight.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be faster for FKT.
Yeah.
But it's always cool to do the race.
Yeah.
So it's a mass start. So I'd probably do mass start.
But why? How long did you ride with somebody?
There was a single speeder that attacked me up the first hill.
Oh, really?
I let him go, and then I pulled him back when he couldn't pedal anymore.
Oh, Justin was there.
No, Justin doesn't have a single.
Oh, that's
speed.
right. Not yet. He doesn't. We'll get him there.
But my point is, you don't ride with people.
I think I won by 15 hours or something.
Yeah. So, like, what's the point of starting with everybody?
Yeah.
You're not finishing with everybody.
Rules are rules. I don't know. I don't make them.
That's true. But I'm saying, if you were gonna just go out and try to crush,
Yeah, if I went out next weekend and did it, like for sure, I'd start in the morning.
yeah, like
No, before sunup. I'd start at 4:30 or 5. That way I get 2 hours on the road before sunup
yeah,
up to the OT. Then
Yeah.
OT at sunrise and get
Yeah.
through all that.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
probably get through most of Levitt before the sun goes down.
yeah. And then you just got the Womble at dark, and the Womble's pretty easy to manage.
No, I'd be through the Womble if I did it the same direction.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Womble was actually great at dark.
Oh
Like the trail's so predictable.
Yeah.
There were sections, like we talked about that section with the overview of the river there that's all
Yeah.
rocky. I went right instead of left at one point and followed the ridge line on the right, and then the trail descended. Oh, shit.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Wow. Adam was texting us when that whole thing was going on. I was watching your dot, and I was just like, holy crap. Like I said, having done it before, it just blew me away even more because I knew some of the stuff, although I obviously couldn't process it in the opposite direction, but I was like, this guy's just killing it.
And I felt like I was flying.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You were. I can't say how impressed I am. It's
Definitely underappreciated, that route. Just on paper, it's not. Yeah, that's hard. But once you actually see the trail, it's freaking hard.
It's freaking hard. In fact, when we were planning on doing it for a bikepacking trip, the only person I knew that had even tried it was Barry Bishop. And I went and talked to Barry Bishop, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Don't underestimate the course. It looks easy on paper." And so I think he had tried it like 5 times at that point. But he's doing it single speed.
Oh, yeah.
And he was always taking somebody that was, in my opinion, he didn't say this, but was not as prepared as he was. Like Caleb bringing me to the rat. So I think he has finally completed it, but I'm not entirely certain.
So do you know a mountain bike race that's harder than that? I was trying to think of one, and I don't know any. Maybe that
AZT, Arizona Trail
is
Race.
that
100%.
that's harder, you think, than the dirt?
Or CTR, Colorado Trail Race.
Well, yeah, those are 300, 400 miles.
Colorado Trail Race is 500 something.
500.
And then AZT at
Yeah, that's just a different caliber race.
800, 750, something.
I think there's a 350 on that.
On the AZT. Yeah, there may be. The biggest wild card for AZT is you have to be able to portage your bike across the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah, you got to run with your bike. You can't ride down that.
Your tires cannot touch.
And you have to break the bike down and throw it on your back.
Yeah, so a lot of people have like makeshift rigs to carry their bike. So I think that's a whole nother element to that race. But in that 180 to 200 mile range, I can't think of anything that's more difficult off the top of my head.
Oh, there's a new one coming, Dune. Have you heard of that?
Oh, Dune.
So they're doing basically the same route, but adding 150 miles of gravel on top of it.
Yeah, because there's a 400-mile option, and I think there's a 200-mile option.
They're doing new routes out of Hot Springs next year.
Oh, okay.
So they just announced those yesterday.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a 350, a 200, and a 117.
Okay. Yeah.
The big one is just the same Triple Crown route, but with 100 something extra miles of gravel. So that's going to be harder.
Forgive me, but has Doom been the Triple Crown route before?
No, this is their first year.
Okay.
Yeah, they're usually further north.
Yeah.
Well, so why are they changing?
I don't know. Different venues. They're out of Horseshoe Canyon before. I don't know if you've heard of that place. A bit out of Bentonville.
Yeah.
But that guy likes to move around. He's all over the place.
I know Josh Dean did. Am I thinking of Doom?
He did Doom.
He did Doom, but the shorter one's called
Despair.
The Despair. That's right. He did the shorter route. He said it was incredibly difficult. Yeah. That terrain up there is tough. We did. So Arkansas High Country, no, that's all gravel. But I can't even remember how much climbing there was on that.
Yeah, tons.
Tons of climbing. And once again, we took 3 days to do it. It was 210 miles or something.
Climbing.
It was super climbing. But unless you get into stuff like TNGA, which is still, I think, mostly gravel, I think there might be some
Vapor Trail out of Colorado. That's supposed to be super hard.
Yeah, I don't know much about that race either.
Yeah, I don't know a lot either.
But the Colorado Trail, from the very little bit I've seen, is incredibly difficult.
Hiking Trail, same thing. But you're at 12,000, 14,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we left out of Purgatory, we got bussed up to the peak or whatever the top from up there of 10,000. We started at 10,000 something. And the first day we went above 12,000 feet.
Oops.
And an eye opener. It was 20.
About killed your buddy.
Yeah. I almost died.
Funny story on that. Jared, the guy that was bikepacking the weekend before, he only made it the first day also.
Yeah. What happened?
He just wasn't ready. Like we were talking about, he underestimated it.
Yeah. It's a lot. Even with Mateo and those guys riding gravel, I mean, there's still a lot. But
no, I think the way they did it is awesome.
Yeah.
Like they understood that it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. The gravel there is sweet. Like the gravel is so fun there.
Dude, they have gorgeous gravel.
Fast. There's nothing to cut your tires like at Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's just not any traffic.
Yeah.
No washboards. It's just blazing.
That is the crazy thing, is there's hardly any washboard sections.
It's just hard packed.
Yeah.
Just rocks.
Yeah. And it's all that. It's not even sandstone. It's river rock almost. Yeah. It's so nice. So nice. Now, I really can't think of anything that's tougher than that you could cover in like that.
24 hour-ish.
Yeah. That's not repetitive, like a loop system or something like that. It really is a badass course. And I think you're right. Not enough people give it enough credit because it is super tough. Now, if you had 2 Wombles, or the identical, or the
Womble instead of OT,
then it would be like,
or if somebody went to OT and built switchbacks around everything.
Yeah, and groomed it just a little bit.
We'll get more traffic, I'm sure.
Yeah,
if they built proper switchbacks.
Yeah, because
proper climbs.
I don't think most people understand how rugged Ouachita Trail is, and the crazy thing is that portion of it probably has more traffic than other portions. So it's a little bit easier to follow, but it's still, to call it technical would be an upgrade because there's just stuff that doesn't even make sense from a bike standpoint.
Yeah, there's just sections of rocks that no matter how fresh you are or how skilled, you're not going to ride it.
Yeah.
Like a trials guy on a trials bike could do it, hold the rear brake and bunny hop up it.
Yeah.
And maybe he'd have a hard time, I'm sure, because there's some big stuff you had to climb over.
Yeah, it's pretty gut-wrenching.
You just got to settle into your walk. Just accept it.
And so, speaking of, you anticipated doing some walking. Did you change your shoes at all?
Yeah, I bought a new pair of shoes maybe 4 or 5 weeks going in. I bought the Shimano S-Fire 903s, which are the Shimano Race XC shoes. And I bought those because they've got a soft upper, super comfortable, and they've got grippy rubbers, which I thought would help on the hiking.
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy with them. I think I would have stuck with my Bonds.
Still carbon,
but the carbon wasn't stiff enough. My feet were just killing me. It's like I could feel my pedal through the carbon. Like
what pedals are you running?
They're the Expedo. They're called Expedo something Enforce. Expedo Enforce. So they're the lightweight. They're super light.
Titanium spindle. SPD basically looks like an XTR kind of.
Basically like a lightweight XTR is all it looks like. It's just super
Were you running their new cleats? Their pontoon cleats?
No.
Okay.
No, so those are only for Shimano, I think. And that's the gravel shoe, not the shoe that I had. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, I could just maybe 15 hours and it just felt like I was standing on
So
the
was that
pedals.
this past weekend or the weekend before that you did pull this off?
Ask that again.
When did you do your FKT? How long ago was that?
Oh, last weekend.
This past weekend?
Yeah, 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Because you came in saying you're still feeling it. So
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
I'm still numb on the bottoms of my hands, just and the soles of my feet.
Yeah,
from the pounding.
that's what I was going to ask you. You don't run togs or anything. So how do you change up your hand position? Just moving your hands around the bars?
Yeah, so I found a good spot when I'm climbing where I like lift what is it? What do
the
you
pad.
the pad of your hand? Is that
Yeah.
what you call that? I lift that up and just grip with my fingers.
Yeah.
To get that a rest.
Yeah.
And then when I was on the gravel and road, I was mainly on my elbows.
Oh, so not even puppy paws.
Yeah, puppy balls, elbows on the bars.
Yeah.
And then I've got a nice little dent for my bars to sit in now.
Yeah.
On my elbows.
So I know your main consideration is weight, but that's one of the reasons that I run back to your shoe thing. That's one of the reasons I run the trail style pedal is because it has more of a platform when you're clipped in.
Yeah.
And so it's less hot spot.
Yeah, I think that would have helped in this case where I could just run with my stiffer shoes either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And also with those Shimano's, when I was hiking up the steep stuff on Washita, my foot would just fold over,
Yeah.
just because there's not quite enough support in the uppers,
Yeah.
which is good because they're super comfortable when I'm riding. But then
Yeah.
when you're walking, it's like pretty dangerous to have a twisted ankle
Yeah.
without the support there.
I know when I first started getting into hike a bike situated kind of stuff and kind of transitioned out of like just straight up cross country mentality, and I was still running like CDs with pure carbon soles and stuff. And we would get to stuff where you'd have to walk over rocks and stuff, and it's just like you're walking on glass
Yeah,
slippers.
exactly.
So that's why I was asking you.
Having
like,
a little
shoes.
flex is beneficial in that situation.
Or just better lugs too.
Yeah, and that's
So-
the thing. Better lugs. That was the main drive on getting those shoes.
Yeah.
I like the shoes. But yeah, they just weren't perfect for
Yeah.
this situation.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're good for everything else, but
So if you think it would have been beneficial for you to run your normal carbon shoes and then just suck it up on the hiking over trees and stuff,
I think so.
you think you'd have been
The
faster
only
or more
part-
comfortable?
Yeah, the only part I had problems with grip were those stream crossings on Lovett. There are a few on Wobble too. The ones on
Yeah.
Lovett with the boulders in the middle that you got to
Yeah.
climb over.
Yeah.
Those are risky.
Those
Those
are-
shoes.
And a lot of times they're mossy on top of everything.
Yes, like walking on glass.
Yeah. Wow. So I love the fact that you asked what's akin to that. So seems obvious that you're looking for something else to do.
I'm always looking for stuff to do.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say.
Always
like,
looking for the limit. That's why I do it.
yeah.
I haven't found it yet.
Do you have anything else on your radar? Now that you tick that box, I know you want to go back and do it. I hope you want to go back and do it, but freaking acorns. It's like a war zone around here.
That Doom race looks good, but I think I would do the short one, maybe the 117, and just rip it.
Just rip it. Yeah.
KO on the whole Lovett Trail or something.
So I don't know what the 117 consists of.
Yeah, so it's Lovett and then gravel back to town and some Northwoods Trail in town and
Okay.
a couple little road climbs in town.
Okay. Yeah.
Easy compared.
Comparatively, yeah. That's 8 hours for you.
Yeah, probably
7, 8 hours. Yeah.
But I'm trying to get Stephanie in on it. She seems motivated to try it. Which
Very cool.
It'd be a big ride for her. Big
Well,
ride for everybody.
congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank
too.
you. Our
Yeah.
anniversary was yesterday.
Yeah.
8
very cool.
years.
That's cool stuff, man. Very cool. So when is Doom? Doom is
March. Next
March. Okay.
March, Friday the 13th.
Oh, well. Okay. But what about anything before that?
Probably gravel here or there.
Yeah.
Gravel stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing on the calendar as
Yeah.
of now, though.
Would you be interested in a 24-hour gravel something?
Probably not. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What would
Yes.
it take to get you interested in doing race across Texas and going for the FKT?
I need to get some time off work first. If I get retired from work.
You would make some phone calls and get you retired.
It's Columbus Day weekend. 3 days. That's all you need.
Maybe. Don't put me on the spot.
No.
Pressure me.
I'm just saying, what's the likelihood of you entertaining going out there and trying to get an FKT on that? Because I think of all the people that I come in contact with, you are top slot for busting that FKT without scared money is on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Same. My mentality is the same as going into the Triple Crown. I just don't know what to expect. I've never ridden up north there.
Yeah.
How fast did Justin do it? What was his average speed?
I think his moving average overall was like 11.5.
His overall average was 11.
So maybe 14.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was moving, he was 14-ish. And once we get enough interest in those high output efforts, we'll have things like most miles covered in 24 hours, most miles covered in 48 hours.
Yeah.
So
You need to feel it for that, though. For sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I would just love to see there become an FKT competition for Race Across Texas, because I don't think there's anything else quite like that out there right now, with that big of a distance that is easily navigable. Is that the right word? And where you don't have a lot of obstructions, there's not a lot of technical aspect to it. It's just rip it.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do.
And I like that about that. It's not it's a point to point. It's not a
Yeah.
loop. You're going somewhere.
Yeah.
you're going somewhere, but there's bumpers along the way because you have a town basically every 20 or 30
and that's
miles.
great because that's the one thing that Triple Crown doesn't have. Like, you're out there.
No, you are out there. That's what's crazy. You encounter anything out there, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, you're bunny hopping logs. That scares the shit out of me.
Especially after your
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. But you bunny hop a log and break your collarbone or something, you're in the middle of nowhere. On
Plus, it's hunting season, so you got hunters all around.
Yeah. You could just howl.
I don't think the
loaded
hunters
animals.
like that trail. I think that trail's too hard for the hunters.
Yeah. Can you imagine killing a deer and trying to drag it out?
Yeah,
and
what
watch
are you
it all
gonna
through? But the only place that you're not completely remote is Lubbock. You've got a couple of different parts
We
that
saw plenty of hunters there. Stephanie saw some deer when she rode there. She rode on Sunday
Yeah.
after. And I said, "Damn, man, that sucks for them
yeah.
because those deers aren't going to last much longer. They're
Yeah.
not going to be there tomorrow."
Well, I'm interested to see what else you do next, because everything you do just blows me away. And the Judgment Day thing was impressive in itself, but
I think Judgment Day, I felt worse
yeah,
at the end than this,
yeah.
just because the heat. That was
The heat,
It was
yeah.
just terrible.
And there's something to be said for the disruption too. Like, you're doing short trail efforts, long road efforts, relatively short trail efforts. I don't mean to disparage it at all.
Yeah,
But-
getting some rest in between,
Yeah,
and also the full body fatigue from riding the gravel bike on the trail.
Right.
yeah. A lot more body English is mandatory. But with Triple Crown, you get to get locked in to trail form for hours on end, and then the gravel connectors are more of a respite. Okay, now I can let off and just spin the legs. I don't rest your hands,
coast down
positions.
hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to be said for getting in and out of trail position so many times along Judgment Day. It would explain why you're beat up more, plus the gravel bike, plus the heat.
Yeah,
That makes
I think the
perfect
heat
sense.
and the
I
gravel
think-
bike are
yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put heat at the top of the list.
Yeah, the heat's killer.
But if you could do Judgment Day in the same weather that you did Triple Crown, what was your distance for Judgment Day? 148 miles or something like that? Am I remembering it wrong?
I think it was in the 180s maybe.
Okay, so similar distance.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, it had to be 180 something.
So if the weather was the same, which one's tougher?
Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. Yeah.
And I would do the Judgment Day on my mountain bike if I did it again, just with the same tires.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I would say I'll lose 10 minutes on the road or something. Not
Yeah.
it's negligible.
Yeah.
For
And you'd
trail.
feel fresher longer.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'd go faster on the trail as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So are you going to do that again?
I wouldn't mind doing it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Depends on the trail layout,
Depends
right?
on the layout.
Yeah.
We kind of hit gold this year with it working out with it being at my house, ending at my house basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they're doing. I think I saw on the Dorper calendar for July 25th this next time around.
Hmm.
That may change though. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Speaking of weather,
Say it, Brad. You've been saying it every episode, right?
it's crazy. It's November, 12th? And it's 70 something degrees today. And
Beautiful.
it's supposed to be 80 for the rest, in the 80s for the rest of the week.
A little
So,
bit here and there, but not too bad.
yeah, it's been windy, but
Not today. It wasn't.
no. But great weather to ride your bike. It's crazy.
But you got to go do your thing.
Yeah, it's
Don't
fitting.
bunk out.
It's fitting that Austin's here, and my wife made dinner reservations or dinner plans for us at 5:15 tonight.
Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't even check my Google Maps before I came. I thought I was going to be here right on time, and
Oh,
there was traffic
yeah.
coming through.
It's fun. I was coming from South Lake, and I came 114, and as soon as I got to 377, it was just stacked out. So I flipped and got back on 114, took 114
You
to
went grocery
35.
shopping?
Huh?
You went grocery shopping?
know.
at Central Market?
Yeah. So I as soon as you sent me that text, I go, I don't do that. But,
Damn, should have given me a
Yeah.
heads up.
I should have given you a heads up. I didn't even think about it. So
I used Google Maps last time I came, and I've been here a few times now, but
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need it. I know where I'm going. 'Cause
I
I could have gone. to
Always
35.
use Google
Yeah.
Maps. Always.
What is it? Google Maps? I always use Waze. Is that just because I'm
Google
old?
Maps owns Waze, I think. Or
Yeah, they
Google
do.
owns
Oh,
Waze,
okay.
so they're the same technology. They incorporate the same application.
Yeah,
But does Google Maps tell you where the cops are?
Yeah.
They do now.
I
Yeah.
guess I don't use Google
Same
Maps
thing.
enough.
That's
It's funny
back in my Uber days. I used Waze, but Google Maps is more efficient.
Okay. Because if somebody sends me a location on Google Maps, I'll use Google Maps. But if I'm just going to type in something, it's always Waze.
Waze.
So,
Yeah, so if I would have known that second line was closed, I could have just gone right at the Chick-fil-A there and then gone around all that traffic on Bobcat. Cut
Yeah.
everybody off.
yeah.
Oh, that's the light that was out. The one by Tractor
Yeah, there
Supply or
were two of
whatever.
them. Yeah, there was the one at the 7-Eleven and then the one at Walmart.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was a pain in the ass.
And it's been out for a while, looks like, because they had temporary stop signs set up.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there was cops everywhere and all kinds of crap.
All right. So nothing specific on your to-do list in the
Nothing
near term?
specific. We're going on vacation in December to Tucson. I'll be riding a lot there.
Very cool.
But other than that, no races planned.
We'll find something that scratches your itch.
And what about your mileage for the year? I think you're sitting at like only 14,600 or something. What's your mileage goal for the year?
I don't have a mileage goal. I usually aim for 1,000 hours, which I'm a little short. I'm going to be short this year. So
Yeah.
at 950, we had some bad weeks. So
Yeah.
I was sick a couple more times than usual this year. But
Yeah. You got bad sick.
yeah, at the beginning of the year, really the end of last year, I had something going on, some health issue, but it took 6 or 8 weeks to get over that. And then finally coming into this year, I felt good and felt good going into March, and then I got sick again.
Yeah. About 8 weeks ago, you were sick.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I don't know, maybe 4 weeks ago, I was sick too.
Yeah.
Feeling good now though.
You look good.
Weather changed,
Yeah.
sleeping good.
Yeah.
Hopefully I sleep good tonight. It's hard to sleep after that kind of effort.
Oh.
It's like your fight or flights.
Turned on.
Fights engaged. Every little noise, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Like a pin drops, it wakes me up. You got to fight.
You
That's
gotta
what it
fight.
feels like.
Get some rest. And I saw you've ridden since then.
No, I just got my bike out of the van this morning. I had enough energy to clean it.
I thought I saw you rode since then.
No, so Stephanie rode on Zwift and it uploaded to my account because we share a Zwift account and my Strava's connected to it. So I have to delete it every time she rides.
Okay.
But that would get you your hours.
Oh yeah, I could use hers.
That's cheating.
I'll put my Garmin on her bike tomorrow.
You don't want her numbers polluting your numbers.
They're the same. You're the same.
Crap. You gonna help train me? You want to train me?
For Rat 26? Rat
Yeah.
26?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or at least help whip me into shape.
Give you some motivation.
Yeah, because I want to come ride with you guys and actually not be the boat anchor.
Yeah, we had to turn around early when you rode with us.
That's not true.
You ran into. Did you tell him about
No,
this?
I don't know that I did. That's worth sharing.
We shouldn't get into this right now. You got to go.
She pushed it to 5:30. She sent me a text. But no,
Well, I gotta hear it now. You can't leave me hanging.
it's better to let him tell it because he's gonna make it not sound good for me, and I'm gonna make it sound good for me. So
Brad was redlining, and
Yeah, I want to hear your version.
we were riding zone 1, easy ride, and Brad was redlining. So we went around the plastic arms on the parking garage or going into a parking lot. We went around one of those, getting to some bike path, and Brad didn't see it. Adam's yelling at him, "Heads up, heads up!" Brad thinks he's talking about a speed bump that he needs to look out for that I was telling him about. So he sees a speed bump, but he doesn't see the gate.
Cross arm.
Yeah, he doesn't see the gate for the parking lot. He goes head first on the gate, breaks the damn near concussed. We have to sit, breaks the gate. We have to sit by
Is
a
this
dumpster.
neck.
Is this a ramble ride or what was this?
Yeah, we were just riding bike path around.
It was a gravel ride ish,
We had planned on riding some gravel. We didn't make it that far.
but we did ride some gravel.
We got some. Yeah,
I like
got
that
some.
stuff. That was a fun route.
That's a good route.
Where was
Low
this?
traffic down Cotton Belt to Bear Creek Trail, then down to what's that sidewalk that connects to River Legacy down there.
Yeah.
Then we
The
went
green
left onto the beach.
or the actual River Legacy stuff.
Actually, there's a bike path from, forget the road name, 360 maybe, from 360 all the way to River Legacy.
Yeah, I like the stuff after River
Yeah,
Legacy,
and that's the
where-
Trinity. That's
Yeah.
Trinity Trail. So that's the far east section of Trinity.
But there was all that development going on and stuff. That's the stuff I liked. That new section of path, and
Yeah.
then we got
Yeah,
onto
brand new
gravel and stuff. That was cool. I like
I
that.
like that too.
Yeah, I want to come do more rides like that with you guys. But I've got
Yeah, we
to,
gotta let you. You gotta
Huh?
keep your head up.
yeah, keep my head up. But I want to reconfigure my gravel bike so it's not so clunky.
You gotta fix that free hub too.
Yeah, got to fix my free hub. Got to get a bigger cluster on there and go one by. But I don't know. I've been looking at. In fact, I have a drivetrain pulled up on my computer right now. This is what I was just because I need all mechanical and all I can run on there is an 11 speed. So that's not a bad setup, bad price.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Whole group set for that.
Yeah.
What size chainring?
42.
Yeah, that's plenty.
I think that's perfect. For
So you got 1-to-1.
Yeah. I think that'll work.
Yeah, that's great.
But that's what I've been looking at. And then I need to change those bars too because I have swept bars on there.
Are those cow chippers on there?
Yeah, I think they're cow chippers, but they're too wide.
They're big.
They're
like
wide.
50s, like 48s or 50s.
Yeah. But I have to have sweep on my bars only because I ride my Fargo so much and it has sweep on them that I had some just straight drops on my gravel bike. And it literally felt like I was riding with my hands turned in.
No, I love sweep.
Yeah.
All my bars have sweep.
Yeah.
The MB ones aren't quite as drastic, but they
Yeah.
still have it.
Yeah.
Like on my road bike.
Yeah.
But I had
I'm
some.
confused. What's your gravel bike?
My Willets.
Okay, it's Willets. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's steel. It's got a carbon fork. The original steel fork on it failed. Started to bend and rake out.
Oh no!
I kept noticing the geometry feels weird.
It's turning a little funny, huh?
And one day I looked down and you could literally see creases where the fork was starting to bend and rake out.
That's a sign, Brad.
Yeah.
You got to lose weight.
I don't think that was it. I think it was old and fatigued, and I was also pushing it beyond its limits because I was riding a lot of single track and shit on it.
Yeah,
so,
you're doing your rambles on it.
yeah. But it's got a decent wheel set on it and everything else. It just need to put some love in
That's
it.
what you need. You need to do the Spinistry loop, the Taco Casa loop. That's what you need to do
FKT it.
Yeah.
just to complete it.
Yeah. That's a good one too. That's
I
so
think you told me about that one. That's 400 miles or something.
the big loop is the other one. Is that what the Taco Casa is now?
yeah.
And what trails does that include? It's
North Shore, Knob Hill. No,
not hills.
not Horseshoe, Arbor Hills, RCP, Denton Mountain. No, not Denton. Caleb's Trail, River Legacy, Gateway, Sansom,
Cedar Hill,
Cedar Hill,
Boulder.
Boulder.
That's a big loop.
Yeah. I think it's 240 without trail.
I think it's 300 without trail.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
it's
big,
I think it's 300 without trail.
that wouldn't be a no sleeper.
Yeah, that'd be a hotel. Easy
Yeah.
to get a hotel there.
And there's-
millions of hotels.
There's plenty of hotels and now even more rail along the way too. If somebody has to bail for whatever reason,
Mhm.
full on mechanical or whatever. But anyway, we'll save that for another
Yeah.
chat.
I'd love to see.
I need to work on that one some more.
Has anyone done it yet?
Nope. No. Josh Dean gave the original one a try, but he didn't finish it, right?
I think he did.
Did he finish it?
I rode with part of
For
it
some
with
reason,
him.
I thought he didn't finish it, but again,
Maybe he didn't. I know Shannon and I tried it. I think we were the first ones to try it.
you guys were.
And we knocked out a big chunk of it. We started from here and we bailed at Big Cedar. So we rode from here and we hit, I think North Shore was our first trail, and then Horseshoe, and then Gateway, River Legacy. We slept at River Legacy. Bandit slept there. Somebody revving their car.
Is that what that is?
And then we did,
But yeah, it does all that stuff that y'all
Yeah.
did on that.
but
Oh,
we
yeah.
bailed at Big Cedar.
A bunch of bike path.
Yeah.
It does as much bike path as
I love
possible.
bike path.
Yeah. It's incredibly safe route from everything I saw. And then I rode the backside of it. I rode from River Legacy with Josh Dean all the way to North Shore. So I basically did the back half of it.
I think I remember seeing that. You guys like slept in Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you guys did
We
that.
banded it Horseshoe.
Yeah, I was like, "What- where are they sleeping?" And I zoomed in on the map, and you guys were just next to the
Just
trail.
next to the trail.
I never heard that part
Yeah,
of
you
it.
could have just stayed at my house.
No, it was getting to be dusk.
Josh was training for something at that time, and he was using that ride as training, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember what he was
Rule
training
of
for.
3, like XL or something.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember, but I think that's a good route, and it's pretty damn safe. The only part I ever got spooked out about was somewhere around Cedar Hill, and then
Okay.
now they closed that dam, so
Yeah,
you can't run across.
you have to go around.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of bike path down that highway now.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
okay.
bike path that runs parallel to the dam.
Oh, okay. See, that wasn't there when we did it. I don't think when Shannon and I did.
No, it
so,
didn't.
Yeah, I rode
So-
down there at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
I don't think they're ever going to open that damn road back up. Doesn't seem like.
no.
I rode it when it was closed one time. I didn't have an issue, but getting in and out, there's a construction entrance.
Yeah. Now, last I heard, and it's been months, if not a year ago, they were talking about ticketing people that were
Yeah.
riding it. So it's not worth it.
Oh, never
So,
mind. So you had thrown in the comment about e-bikes earlier. Are e-bikes allowed on those Triple Crown trails? Or is it just one of those, nobody pays any attention to it?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the National Forest trails, e-bikes
Yeah,
aren't
I
allowed.
think you're right. A lot of the national forest trails don't allow them, but there's no one out there to
No,
tell you
and,
otherwise.
and I'm not saying it from a judge. It's,
Yeah.
if it's a trail that's technically legal,
There weren't any no e-bike signs out there.
Yeah.
they don't post no e-bike signs. It's just understood. But some forests have different rules from others.
I don't know. Arkansas is pretty wide open.
Yeah, I know e-bikes are blowing up out there, which is cool. I mean, it's not as cool as regular bikes, but it gets people outside and moving, and it's more than
I'm
nothing.
not knocking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm less of a hater than I've ever been.
And I don't see destruction coming from trail destruction.
No.
Like you would think maybe skid marks or berms being blown out, but they're not.
No.
They're on e-bikes because they're not fast. It's not like they're.
Well, I do see definite indicators of e-bike use on North Shore, and you can you can see them too every once in a while. You'll see where
But
somebody
there's just so much traffic that you are going to see the damage there.
Yeah. North Shore is just one of those trails that gets so much traffic that it's just going to inevitably morph over time anyways. Between
it's rough. It's rougher than I've ever ridden her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting chewed up, Brad.
Okay.
Send us out.
Yeah, go ride your bike.
Have fun.
And Brad's going out to dinner.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Austin.
Yeah. Always a
for having
pleasure
me.
to talk to you.
And
man.
Always willing to come
we're
back.
you're coming back because are you aware of that study on high intensity training from the UK? Like 500,000 people. Have you heard of that one?
So I'm not off the top of my head. Is it recent?
Yeah, fairly recent. I think this year maybe, but okay.
When you come across it, will you send it to me too?
Yeah.
Okay.